typically you want to figure out, is it something that's hosted online, that type of, it's going to be an API, JSON, XML. If it's typically on a server, it could either be database, if it's a SQL backend, it could be utilizing XML, it could be SAP HANA, where you're using an IDOC. Those are the different things and the different methods that you're going to have out there of interacting with your backend ERP systems. Hey everyone, Jim Gonzalez, EDI support here. So we got asked the question on how does EDI integration work with different ERP systems, TMS systems, WMS systems, those type of things, back-end systems, think of it that way. Typically, if you think of it this way, so I'm even going to run down a couple of them. So like Acumatica, NetSuite, anything that's hosted or online, you can think of QuickBooks Online. Those typical ERP systems, you're going to be doing an interaction using an API, and it's either that API is going to have the data either in JSON or it's going to have it in XML. So the file formats, JSON or XML, the communication to that backend system is using an API. So if it's on the web and you're interacting with it and you're doing EDI integration, think of it as utilizing API most likely, okay? If it's something that's loaded and installed on a server, like a Sage 100, typically you're going to be interacting using a flat file. Okay, so your integration point into Sage 100 is using a flat file. So your file format is a flat file. If you're using SAP HANA for that, you're typically going to be either using XML or you're going to be using what's built in, which is an IDOC. So that's another type of file format, is an IDOC file format for native integration with an SAP HANA system. SAP Business One or Business by Design, however you want to call the different flavors. For that, you're, again, API. How about we look at Business Central 365? API, it's web-based. So it's API connection utilizing either XML or JSON, depending on what that API allows. Is it SOAP or is it REST? Which type of API connection is it? And if you want to learn more about that, we have other videos that you can learn more about API with REST and SOAP and that kind of stuff. There's even different systems out there that use a combination of them. If you're dealing with the Canopy Aspen system, you're going to be using a flat file, depending on the transaction and depending on the flavor of Canopy that you have. You're going to be flat file, and then you're going to be also moving on to using JSON for your interaction with that system. If you're dealing with SBI Nursery, you're most likely going to be doing a form of data file or flat file, or you could also be using XML. So it all depends on what the ERP system is. If you have questions, you want to get further into how does it interact, reach out.